All right, everybody. Well, a 5-point loss, 76-71 to Kansas. We cannot let that burn us. Tech is a good team. They just upset Baylor in Waco. So, and they're on that bubble. Oklahoma doesn't have much more to play for. Kansas is probably going to win the thing. So we don't have a lot more to play for except for just getting into the tournament. Even though we're solidly going to be in with probably a top 10 team. But Texas Tech, though, not in that same boat. That thing's going to be rocking and rolling, as James Hell would say from Sports Talk 1400 on Wednesday night. We need to be prepared for that one. And then another rowdy road trip up to West Virginia, country roads. All right, guys, we'll preview those coming up next. Don't move. The men will start on the road, a 2-game road trip for this week. They'll have a 2-game home trip next week. But the road trip starts at Tech and then at Morgantown, West Virginia. The Tech team that just beat Baylor this year. But last year went 13-9, 3-15 in league play, lost to Texas by 12, 65-53 in Kansas City in the Big 12 tournament first round. Their head coach is Tubby Smith. Spent his college career at High Point. Graduated from there in 1973. Got his start up the turnpike in T-Town, Tulsa, from 91 to 94 before heading to vaunted SEC, where he was head coach there from 95 to 96 with 95 and 96 with Georgia, and from 97 to 2006, he was at Kentucky. Then took a dip into Big Ten country because from 07 to 2012, he was at Minnesota. Minnesota, don't you know? And then from 2013 to present, he's been at Tech with the double T's, the double guns. A little bit more classy than Cliff Kingsbury, in my opinion. All right, Tubby Smith's version of Tech looks like this offensively, returning. Number 0, Devontae Williams, and number 22, Travik Gotcher. Number 00, Devontae Williams first. Williams last year averaged 10.47 points per ball game last year for the double T's, while averaging 2.91 rebounds per ball game, and 1.63 assists per ball game last year for the Rec from Texas Tech. Also wrecking havoc in the Big 12 Conference for the Big 12, from last year at least, for Texas Tech, Todrick Gotcher. Gotcher averaged 7.34 points per ball game last year for the Raiders, while averaging 2.66 rebounds per ball game, and a .50 assists per ball game last year for the double T's. So after playing a bubble team, if you will, in Texas Tech, then they play a for sure in team, which is probably going to be in the top 10 after beating TCU this last week and Oklahoma losing, and that would be West Virginia. Last year, they went 25-10, 11-7 in league play. They lost to Kentucky, though, 78-39 in the Sweet 16 round. Their head coach is their guy, Bob Huggins, a West Virginia alum from 1977. He has been the head coach every which way got his start in lower ranking from in lower D1 schools, D2, because from 80 to 82 he was at Walsh University. Did make the step up to big time college basketball because from 84 to 88 he was at Akron. Then rarely steps it up because from 89 to 2005 he was at Cincinnati in the Big Ten, in the Big East. Then comes to the Big 12 for a season from 06 and 2006. But then from 07 to present, he went back out to the Big East for a couple of seasons, and now back in Big 12 action with West Virginia, his alma mater. Returning leading scorers for the West Virginia Mountaineers, the Mountain Men have number 5, Devin Williams, and number 2, Javon Carter, back. First of all, number 5, Devin Williams, he averaged 11.56 points per ball game last year for the West Virginia Mountaineers, while averaging 8.12 rebounds per ball game and a .32 assists per ball game last year for the Mountain Men. Well, number 2, Javon Carter, last year averaged 8.14 points per ball game last year for the Mountain Men, while averaging 2.34 rebounds per ball game and 1.77 assists per ball game last year for WildView. And then finally, you can't have an Oklahoma preview without Oklahoma. The Sooners, Big 12 action, finished 24-11 last year. 12-6 in league play. Lost to Michigan State 62-58 in the Sweet 16 round. Their head coach is Lon Kruger, who's a Kansas State alum from 1974. He's been plenty-where and everywhere, including 82 to 85, he was at Texas Pan American. 86 to 89, he was at Kansas State. 90 to 95, he was at Florida. 96 to 99, he was at the University of Illinois before leaving for the NBA. After leaving for the big boys, he did eventually come back to college because from 2004 to 2010, he was at UNLV in Vegas, and now from 2011 to present, he's at Oklahoma. Returning leading scorers for Lon Kruger in Oklahoma that we're watching out for: number 24, Buddy Hield, and number 11, Isaiah Cousins. First of all, the number 24, Buddy Hield, the Big 12 Player of the Year last year, 17.43 points per ball game is what he averaged last year, while putting up 5.43 rebounds per ball game and 1.91 assists per ball game last year for Oklahoma. While Isaiah Cousins averaged 11.69 points per ball game last year, while averaging 4.60 rebounds per ball game and 2.20 assists per ball game last year for Boomer and Sooner. All right, guys, we're done with the preview. So at 12-6, I'm kind of impressed that we're here, guys. We're only 2 games shy of where we were last year, and we're in the top 10. We're looking good. I know a lot of people are disappointed in the outcome from Kansas. Heck, I am too. The team is. But we can't let that affect us. We're still a good team, and we're still on pace to finish better than we did last year. On pace. But we have to win these games, and we have to win the home games. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. My name's Harry James. You can find me on Facebook, Harry James Taylor, or tweet me at Sooner_fan_OK. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to Game Day for coming out to Norman. What a great environment that was. Thanks to the students for showing up, and thanks to you for watching. I'm out of here. Boomer Sooner, everybody. Take care.